In this video, we'll look at how to deliver an online consultation session using Simplify. First, let's look at how a patient would book an appointment on your booking page. A patient would typically visit your page, select a slot, and click on Book an Appointment. Post this, they would have to enter their mobile number to which an OTP would be sent for verification. Once they complete the verification, they would have to enter some more information about themselves. In the next page, they would have the option of writing a few words about the problem that they are facing. This would basically help the doctor understand the problem that the patient is facing even before you start the consultation session. In addition to this, the patient can also upload a few medical reports that are relevant for the doctor. I am uploading 2 reports here for this demonstration. Next, the patient would be taken to the payment stage where they would have to make a payment for this consultation session. Once they complete this, the appointment would get booked successfully. As soon as the appointment gets booked successfully, notifications will be sent both to the doctor and the patient. The patient would get 2 notifications, an email notification and an SMS notification. The email notification would have some basic information about the appointment along with the meeting link. So the patient just has to open the email or the SMS and click on the link to attend the meeting. Similarly, the doctor also would get a notification both on email and on SMS. The doctor's email notification would have slightly more information about the appointment and also the meeting link, whereas the SMS sent to the doctor would just have the date and time of the appointment along with the meeting link. Now that we have seen how an appointment is booked, let's log into the Simplify app. Once you sign in, click on the My Appointments card on the dashboard. This would take you to the My Appointments section where you would get to see all your appointment bookings along with their respective details. You can look at the date and time of your appointment booking. You can look at the patient information along with the complaint that the patient had written while making the booking. In addition to this, you can also access the reports that the patient had uploaded while making an appointment booking. If the patient had uploaded multiple reports, you can look at them one by one. Once you click on the link, this would open up the report that the patient had uploaded. You can go through that and then click on the other link, which will take you to the other report which the patient had uploaded. This way, you will get to go through all the reports that the patient has shared one by one. Once you go through the patient reports, you're all set to start the meeting. Once you click on Start Meeting, this would open up a new tab where you would be having the video chat with your patient. All you need to do is allow your browser to use your camera and your microphone. Once you enable both, a video chat session would get initiated with your patient. Click on Join Now, and this opens up your video chat. You need to initiate this chat at the time of the appointment. And once the patient joins, you will be able to see their video as well within the same window. So this is the window through which you will be having a long 15-minute or 30-minute conversation with your patient. Once you're done with the appointment, you can click on the red button to end the call and come back to the Simplify application. The next step after consultation would be to send a prescription. Click on the prescription button here, which brings up a pop-up where you can enter your prescription. First, you can enter some quick information about the patient's complaint. Then you can record your observations about the patient. Once you're done with that, you can list out the various investigations that the patient needs to do. After this, you can also write some follow-up notes for the patient. In the next section, you can make a list of all the prescribed medicines and the instructions that the patient needs to follow while taking those medicines. You can also mention the duration for which the patient has to take that medicine. You can enter as many medicines as required over here in this section. Once you're done with that, click on Update and Mail. Here you would see that all the information that you've entered has been formatted into a letterhead format with your name and details at the top. This will now be mailed to the patient from Simplify. In addition to the prescription, you can also send an invoice for the patient. This invoice would be generated by Simplify and mailed to the patient. Once you click on Send, both the invoice and the prescription will get sent to the patient. Once this is done, the session is effectively completed. You need to record the same on the Simplify app. On the prescription pop-up, you would see this button called as Mark as Completed. You need to click on this button to complete an appointment session. We'll do this a little later. Let's look at the other buttons below the prescription tab. There is a send meeting link which can be used to send the meeting link again to the patient. All you need to do is click and the meeting link would get sent. There is also a cancel button over here to cancel the appointments. Now let's look at the date filter on the top. If you change the date option to all and click on fetch, you would get to see all your appointments in one screen. You have a few more filtering options at the top. You can filter based on date, you can filter based on appointment status, and you can filter even based on payment status. You can filter based on your choice and click on fetch to see the relevant results. Now let's check if we have any appointments for tomorrow. I'm changing the date filter to tomorrow and I'm clicking on fetch, and you can see that I have no appointments for tomorrow. If you change the date to today, you can see that there is an appointment for today. This is how you can filter and sort your results. Now that you are done with looking at all these things, let's go ahead and click on Mark as Completed for today's appointment. Once you click on Mark as Complete, the appointment gets marked as complete in Simplify's database, and we would be able to process the payment for this particular session. You would also notice that the meeting link that was present over here is now disappeared. With this, we have effectively completed step 3 of our onboarding process. Over the last 3 videos, we've learned how to create a booking page, how to share a booking page, and finally, in this video, we learned how to deliver an online consultation session. With this, you're ready and equipped to start using Simplify.